Call meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Kevin Merritt.
Here.
Mr. Andy Porter.
Here.
Mrs. Monica Hardenrader. Here. Mr. Ronnie Irwin.
Here.
Ms. Letitia Manning.
Here.
Mr. Jason Nesbitt. Mr. Jeffrey Rose.
Jeff? You there?
Here.
Okay.
Mrs. Tammy Silvis.
Here.
Mr. Jerry Venero.
Here. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get into student reps, I have to, do they all have this motion? We're good.
Not that one.
We're going to be inserting under finance tonight
Oh, they have that.
a motion that we're going to ask to pass on the budget, which we'll read at that time. But what I need to do is, I'm going to read a motion, and if someone can make it in a second, to amend our motion or our agenda tonight, so we can take and pass this resolution that was sent out basically the last 24 hours from PSBA to urge our legislators to pass a budget.
I think
So,
it was, just to be completely transparent, I think it was sent out by PSBA
Yeah.
prior, but became
Friday.
aware to the board.
Right.
the last
Friday,
request.
And,
late Friday.
It was late Friday when it actually came out. Motion to amend the agenda to add an item under Finance Committee reports to consider a resolution regarding the state budget impasse. The reason for the change in this agenda is that this matter was brought to the attention of the board within the last 24 hours. It is de minimis in nature and does not involve the expenditure of funds or entering into a contract or an agreement. Is there a motion to add that?
So moved.
We have Ron,
Second.
Monica? Any questions on it? Not all in favor to amend the agenda tonight to add this, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. And when we get to that, I will add it. Student representatives, Cochran is not with us tonight, I understand. Mead-Joyer Senior High School, Emma and Natalia.
Good evening, I'm Natalia Capola.
And I'm Emma Hill.
We are this year's representatives from Meadville Area Senior High School, and we are excited to be here today to talk about all the recent activities and accomplishments of the students at MASH during this school year.
So far this year, many of our clubs have kick-started their meetings working on fundraising and looking for new members. Key Club hosted a blood drive last Thursday, giving students the opportunity to donate blood through Vitalent.
Key Club, National Honor Society, Junior Council, and Art Club all participated in putting together a float at the Meadville Halloween Parade this past Saturday to showcase the homecoming court and the different clubs' recent involvement.
Mia Reese was crowned homecoming queen at halftime during the football game on Friday, October 10th. The rest of the court nominees are as follows: Gabriella Ravel, Natalia Capola, Cheyenne Graham, Kennedy Williams, Ivy Aiken, Issa Lopez, and Kayla Schwabenbauer. Also during the game, Junior Council hosted a bake sale and Key Club fundraised with a Kona ice truck.
Prior to the homecoming game, student government hosted a pep assembly to showcase and introduce all of the fall sport teams, the homecoming court, as well as the performance by the MASH Appella, the MASH marching band, and the cheer team to excite students about the game that night.
Book Club recently elected their officers for this year. Holding these positions are Josie Stout as president, Lila Keitlinger as vice president, Gianna Rajo as treasurer, and Kennedy Dawson as sergeant of arms.
Lane Crew is hosting a trunk or treat for this year's freshmen in the school parking lot during 8th period this Thursday, where current freshmen will be given a ticket to attend if they are dressed in costume to encourage school spirit and bonding among these students. Unified Bocce assembled their team for this year after hosting tryouts. They are looking forward to another successful season.
Moving on from clubs, our fall sports are getting wrapped up as we enter the winter seasons. Boys soccer advances into the playoffs after beating Warren 3-2 last Tuesday. They play General McLean this coming Tuesday, which would land them a spot in the first round of state playoffs. Girls soccer lost their playoff game last Wednesday versus Warren 0-2, and the girls volleyball lost their playoff game to Slippery Rock the same night. The cross-country team competed at the D10 meet last Saturday in Titusville. Senior Megan Palayo, junior Vance Homan, and freshman James Walsh will continue to represent their team this Saturday at States in Hershey. Football had their final game last Friday, which concludes another season. All teams had a great season overall.
A representative from Allegheny Lab for Innovation and Creativity visited last Wednesday to share a presentation with junior and senior students who may be interested, where they learn about the programs and different opportunities that could be offered.
On top of that, we had multiple colleges come visit Meadville in the past couple weeks. A representative from each college was able to come down and present information about the colleges to students who may be interested in applying. This allowed students to dive deeper into their college search and ask any questions that they may have had.
Finally, we had our annual open house. We had various clubs, sports teams, and local businesses there to represent. This was an amazing opportunity for teachers to meet their students' parents and form a connection with their families. This also allowed parents to see a glimpse of the high school and address any questions they may have had. It was overall a huge success and a great community event for all.
Thank you, and we look forward to the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I do have something else.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Go ahead and mention it since you have
the
enough.
red and white and baked lasagna is at the Cochran Junior Senior High School. Adults $12, kids $8. It's takeout or dine in. They're having live music this year. So yeah, it's for the senior class.
And that is,
it's going to be on November 4th, right?
Yeah, election night.
Election day, yeah, from 4 to 7:30.
Good.
Yeah, yep, November 4th.
And we have MAMS, the students aren't here, but their advisor is. Tara?
Yes. Hi there, good evening. My name is Tara Kellyman. I'm an 8th grade English teacher and also the student council advisor this year. In our MAMS minutes we have for the month, our fall sports are wrapping up at the middle school. Many students participated in girls basketball, football, cross country, and marching band. We've also had student-led programs such as Web Leaders, Peer Mentors, and the Student Council. This past month, Parker Lord Corporation spent an entire day at MAMS sharing their STEAM program. Over 80 volunteers from Parker Lord led hands-on activities and shared with our students various career opportunities that are available in our local area. Student council members also attended a leadership summit at New Beginnings. This summit focused on identifying priority problem behaviors and risk factors that teens face in Crawford County. Our students then created an action plan on how to incorporate a positive message campaign within our school, and our student council members are currently working on our action plan. Lastly, the Meadville students, under the direction of Lizzie Kreitzer, and Carolyn Brown, and Josh Ebel, created a float for the Halloween parade this past Saturday, and they earned a second place award for their efforts. Lastly, this week at MAMS is Red Ribbon Week. The purpose of this week is to spread awareness about drug and alcohol abuse prevention. This program focuses on students finding passions, interests, and talents so that they may make positive life choices. Our peer mentors are leading this with the assistance of our guidance counselors, Amber Warren and Barry Anderson. And that is all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. The public comments regarding the agenda, as we had Dorothy Dixon called in, she was on the agenda, but she is not going to be speaking. And there was no others, right?
Correct.
Okay, presentation, I'm going to turn it over to the nutrition group, Katie Baldwin and Tammy Grover.
Thank you. I'm Katie Baldwin, your regional manager with the nutrition group. I've been with the district going on 13 years, I believe now, and I love this district. It's probably one of my favorites. Don't tell the others, no. You're very much like my family here, and so Tammy has also been here at the district for
8 years.
8 years here, and she's been with the company too long to count. We're not going to say because we don't want her to feel bad. So we have a lot of heart and a lot of knowledge that we share with your district every single day. And one of the things we want to share with you today is that the nutrition group turned 50 this year. So it's very exciting for us. We think that's a huge milestone, and a large part of that is because of the relationships we have with all of you, and we just want to thank you for that. And then also we innovate. So we brought you some innovative products that we brought in this school year that we're sharing with all of the students. In the brown cup, you have the orange chicken. This is a whole grain chicken product. Go figure. Probably doesn't taste like it, right? And it tastes just like you would get from the local restaurant, right? It tastes like takeout. It is so good. It holds up really well on the serving line. The kids are really enjoying it. It's probably one of the best products we've had in a really long time. So we're really excited about that one. We also brought you a Wellness Wednesday recipe. It's an edamame corn salad. Tammy and Aaron have made a conscious effort to make the Wellness Wednesday program bigger and better this year. And this is one of the recipes they'll be featuring. I do recommend you let it thaw out a little bit more at room temperature. It was mixed up today, and it's just proof of how well our walk-in cooler works because it's still really cold. So thank you to Mr. Hogue and his team for making sure our equipment runs so smoothly. In this case, a little too smoothly. So if you wouldn't mind letting that thaw a little bit, that'd be great. And then we brought you a cookie just to celebrate. Cupcakes are a little messy, cookies are a little neater. So to celebrate our 50th anniversary, we brought you some really delicious cookies. So this is just a small sampling of what we have in store this year. We've already done a ramen action station that went like crazy at MASH. It's gone really, really well. And I'm going to let Tammy tell you a little bit more about what's coming up soon.
So the edamame corn salad will be featured at Cochranton on November, oh gosh, I gotta remember, mid-month, on a Wednesday. It is our Wellness Wednesday for Cochranton. So toward the end of last school year, we made a conscious effort to bring back our Wellness Wednesday program in the spirit of which the nutrition group launched the program many, many, many years ago. It was one of the programs that they launched when they first started with the company. Crawford Central kind of got away from the way the program was to be utilized. So we made a conscious effort to bring that program back. And so once a month we will be visiting an elementary school and presenting the program to the kids. They absolutely love when we bring that cart around the cafeteria. They see us coming with our cart and the balloons and they get all super excited about it. Well, what do you have for us today? So this will be featured in Cochranton mid-month, along with, I believe, our Farm to Fork program, which is another new program that we're launching this year. Next week, no, tomorrow, actually, tomorrow. Getting my weeks mixed up here. Tomorrow, our regional chef is going to be visiting and helping Aaron with an apple cider pop-up station, a la carte, at Meadville Area Senior High. Also doing a Freaky Foods program there as well, another new program that we've launched this year, right? So they'll be having two events going on while I'm out helping another district get ready for an administrative review. Oh, geez, like lots of things going on. Another new program that we've recently launched is it's a nutrition expedition. So once a month we feature a new country. Erin does the menu and she features a new country this month coming up. It is Peru. So we will be having Peruvian chicken and that will be featured at Meadville Area Middle School. And then she also puts the vegetable from that month, from that country on the elementary menus as well. So the elementary schools kind of get a taste from that country as well that month. So that is coming up at the Meadville Middle School. So we'll put everything going on.
Thanks, Tammy. So you pop in any day and you just never know what you're going to walk into, but we highly recommend that you join us. So Tammy and Aaron put the upcoming dates in your board report, which we give you at the end of each month, which would actually be the beginning, I guess, by the time you get it, beginning of each month. And so please stop by, join us, come check it out. We have a pretty good year so far. I think the one area we're struggling, and this is really more of a pitch, so if anybody's listening, we're always looking for employees. So we're looking for breakfast employees. We need somebody who is willing to work very early in the morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then we're also looking to hire some able-bodied people who would like to do some stocking and also some driving of some transport vans. So if you know of anybody looking for a job, send them to crow.org and apply now. So thank you. That's it. Can I answer any questions?
Do your drivers have a minimum age, 18, or is it 21?
That's a great question for the district. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because,
Well, I don't know about the, I know the others are 18.
I mean, some insurance companies are under the age of 21 driving their vehicles. I didn't know. I decided to ask.
That's a great question. We should probably know the answer. We'll figure it out.
Can you give me an example of what you serve on Freaky Foods today?
Dragon fruit, star fruit, kiwi, things that kids are probably not necessarily going to get at home that they're gonna walk up to the table and be like, oh. Maybe not so much. But yeah, typically like they'll walk up to the table and it's like the prize wheel. And she's got different things written on that wheel. They spin the wheel, whatever it lands on is what they're challenged to try.
It's all those things in the produce section that you're like, what is that? Yeah.
Parsnips maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, pick them up.
And the funny thing is we've done this in a few different schools now already, and the schools like Crawford Central who have had the fresh fruit and vegetable program, those kids are so much more adventurous. They're game for anything. They want to try it. Half the time they've already had it through the fresh fruit and vegetable grant, which is fantastic. So it'd be fun to do this with your older kids who have maybe been out of the elementary school for a little while and see if their palates are still as adventurous as those little ones. So it's going to be fun.
Good.
Yeah. Well,
Any
thank you.
questions of that? So the corn was,
It was very
it's
good.
got good flavor, very good.
Yeah.
Everything was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving along, approval of the minutes. Result, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following minutes. The regular board meeting of September 22nd, 2025, which is attachment 1. Special board meeting of October 9th, 2025, which is attachment 2. Committee of the whole meeting of October 2025, which is attachment 3. And is there a motion?
So moved.
Natasha?
Second.
Jerry? Any questions on that? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Committee reports, extracurricular, Ed.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the Meadville Area Senior High School Model United Nations Club. That's the attachment 4, and I so move.
Second.
Monica? Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following overnight trip. Wrestling team, Cochranton Junior Senior High School, going to Burgettstown, PA, January 9th through the 10th, 2026, for a cost of $1,744.25 for registration and transportation. You can see attachment 5, and I so move.
Second.
Ron? Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same. Motion carried. Building and grounds, Ron.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the agreement with McClure Group Guaranteed Energy Savings Audit, attachment number 8, and I so move.
6.
Or 6, I'm sorry.
Second.
Ron, Jerry is the second. Any questions, concerns? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Donating the piano.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the donation of a piano at First District Elementary School to any interested party, and I so move.
Second.
Monica? Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Finance. Jeff? Oh, I'm gonna read them? Okay. Approval of authorizing the creation of a tax incentive program. Resolved that the Board of School Directors, Crawford Central School District hereby authorizes the creation of a tax incentive program for volunteers of fire companies and nonprofit emergency medical services agencies pursuant to Act 172 of 2016, setting an incentive amount at $500 or 100% of the real property tax assessment, whichever is less. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Natasha, is there a second? Tammy? Any discussion? And I did see that Jerry's going to abstain, so I'm going to go, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of the consulting agreement with Total Grant Services. Resolved, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the consulting agreement with Total Grant Services, which is attachment 7. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Monica?
Second.
Ed? Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Approval of the military leave for Austin's, whereas the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District, known as the Board, honors the servicemen and women of the United States military, and whereas the Board recognizes the service of Austin's Stofferman to the United States Air Force Reserves, and whereas consistent with the Pennsylvania Military and Veterans Code and the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act, Mr. Stoffer has given the Board responsible notice that he will be taking a leave of absence from his position as business manager of the Crawford Central School District from approximately mid-January to approximately mid-March of 2026 for the purpose of military training. And whereas the Pennsylvania Military and Veterans Code Act 51 PA-CSA 4102B authorizes the district to provide compensation as it deems appropriate when such leave exceeds 15 days. Now be resolved that on the 27th day of October 2025, the Crawford Central School District hereby approves compensation for Austin Stofferman for the period of time he attends the aforementioned training not to exceed 45 days in the amount of the difference between Mr. Stofferman's military pay for that time period and the amount he would otherwise be paid by the district as his regular salary for that time period. The compensation is in addition to the district's legal requirements under 51 PA-CSA 4102A1b. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Okay.
Jerry?
Second.
Natasha?
Sure, yep.
Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Approval of the financial activities. Resolved, the Board of School Directors of the Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following financial activities. Treasurer's report for September, which is attachment 8. Financial statement, which is attachment 9. And the payment of bills, which is attachment 10. Is there a motion?
So,
Ron?
second.
Jerry? Any questions on any of those? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. And then I'm going to go into the finance of the item we amended to go in. Does everybody have a copy of this?
Yes.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, or do I have to read the whole thing?
You don't have to read the whole thing. Everybody's got a
Okay.
copy and can distribute it.
I'm going to go with the approval of the resolution by the Board of Directors of the Crawford Central School District urging the Pennsylvania General Assembly to end the state budget impasse. And I am going to read it. Whereas the Pennsylvania General Assembly has not yet enacted a state budget for the 25-26 fiscal year, resulting in a budget impasse that has persisted for over 100 days, and whereas this impasse has withheld over $3 billion in education funding statewide, forcing school districts to borrow funds, deplete reserves, delay essential services, and consider program cuts that directly impact students, educators, families, and whereas under Article 3, Section 14 of the Pennsylvania Constitution, the General Assembly shall provide for the maintenance and support of a thorough and efficient system of public education to serve the needs of the Commonwealth. And whereas, in a furtherance of the constitutional mandate to provide for and support a thorough and efficient system of public education, the Commonwealth Court has ruled that every student is to receive a meaningful opportunity to succeed academically and to have access to a comprehensive and effective public education, which was the case of William Penn School District versus Pennsylvania Department of Ed, 294A3D 537, PA Commonwealth 2023. And whereas adequate, equitable, and timely funding for public education is essential to assuring that every student in the Commonwealth receives what the Pennsylvania Constitution deems a fundamental right, a comprehensive and meaningful education. And whereas the fiscal year for the state budget begins on July 1st, and they're citing 71 PS 230A, and whereas school districts are legally required to adopt annual budgets by June 30th and operate with fiscal responsibility and transparency, while the state legislature has failed to meet its own budgetary obligations, and whereas the ongoing impasse threatens the stability of public education, undermines the ability of districts to plan for the future, puts current and future educational initiatives and capital improvements at risk, and places undue financial burdens on local taxpayers. And whereas this impasse has resulted in a loss of $71,585 to the Crawford Central School District in anticipated revenue from interest, had the legislature passed a budget and released funds by the start of the fiscal year on July 1st, 2025. And whereas the Crawford Central School District has depleted its invested funds by $10 million since July 1st, 2025, in order to maintain operations during the budget impasse. Now therefore be it resolved of the Crawford Central School District Board of Directors, as a member of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association, PSBA, calls upon the Pennsylvania General Assembly and the Governor to immediately pass a complete and responsible state budget that, one, fully funds public education, including basic, special, and career and technical education. Two, releases all appropriate federal funds owed to the school district without further delay. Three, honors the Commonwealth Court's mandate to address funding adequacy and equity. Four, establishes a process by which any interest and fees incurred due to borrowing throughout the impasse is repaid to districts. Five, includes meaningful cyber charter funding reform by establishing a uniform statewide tuition rate for students attending a cyber charter school. And six, demonstrates bipartisan cooperation and leadership in the interests of Pennsylvania students and communities. Be it further resolved that the copies of this resolution be transmitted to the Governor of Pennsylvania, the leadership of the Pennsylvania House and Senate, and the district's elected state legislators. And is there a motion? Monica?
Second.
Ed? Any questions on that? And by the way, I hear that the state has made about $40 million in interest on the monies they had not paid out since July. That's just banked. $40 million. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried to send that. That'll be done. Moving on, personnel and policy. Approval of the second and final readings of the revisions to the following job descriptions. Gifted teacher elementary, which is attachment 11. Gifted teacher, which is secondary, which is attachment 12. Resolved, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the second and final readings of the revisions to the above job descriptions. And is there a motion?
So moved.
Monica? Second? Tammy? Any questions to those? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. We have a bunch of first readings, which are just for information tonight. They'll set for 30 days, and we'll have final readings next month. Policy 000, Board Policy Procedure Administrative Regulations, which is attachment 13. Policy 001, Naming Classification, which is attachment 14. Policy 002, Authority and Powers, which is attachment 15. Policy 003, Functions, which is attachment 16. Policy 004, Membership, attachment 17. Policy 005, Organization, which is attachment 18. Policy 006, which is Meetings, which is attachment 19. Policy 006.1, Attendance at Meetings via Electronic Communications, which is attachment 20. Policy 007, which is a policy manual access, which is attachment 21. And Policy 011, Principles of Governance and Leadership, which is attachment 22. And then there's also the first readings of the retiring of the following three board policies recommended by PSBA, which is Policy 004-1, Student Representation to the School Board, which is attachment 23. Policy 008, organizational chart, which is attachment 24, and policy 009, which is policy formation, which is attachment 25. And again, those are all for first readings. And if you remember, a couple months ago, we had approved a contract with BSBA to look at all of our policies and bring most of them up to date, since a lot of them have not been revised or looked at for a good number of years. That's why we're seeing so many. It's not like the board is acting to change a bunch of these at the last minute. It's something that just needed done, and PSBA is handling that service for us. But they are all available if anybody wants to look at them in detail.
The student representation, is that going to be a voluntary thing now, that they can still come in, or?
It's in the other policy.
It's in one of the other
Yep.
ones?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, some of these we just don't need because they're duplicated
In duplicate.
up above. Yep. Okay, any other questions on the first readings? Approve of the personnel schedules. Resolve the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following personnel schedules, which is attachment 26. 1, approval of schedules A, resignations. Number 2, approval of Schedule B, professional appointments. 3 is approval of Schedule C, support staff appointments. Number 4, approval of Schedule D, extra duty appointments. Number 5, approval of Schedule E, attendance at professional meetings. 6, approval of Schedule 8, leaves of absences. Approval of Schedule I, field trip authorizations. And Schedule M, transportation subcontracted services. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Ed? Is there a second?
Second.
Jerry? Any questions on those? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say. Motion carried. Administration.
Just wanted to remind parents that Friday is an in-service day. There is no school for students. And also remind parents that the following week we have parent-teacher conferences that will be upcoming in November.
And that's it.
Okay. Other board comments?
I have something.
Jerry?
I'd like to thank Jen, the administrative staff, and this board for passing that firefighter incentive program. I've been a firefighter for 45 years, and when I approached Jen on it, she was really taken by it and moved it forward. It means a lot to us. We all put in a lot of hours, a lot of time, and a little bit goes a long way. So thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Any other board comments?
I didn't have this in front of me, and I don't want to revisit the whole thing. The only thing, looking through this McClure thing, the Guaranteed Savings Project, what really bothers me is whenever somebody puts together a presentation, I know they rushed it, and then I see the exact same pictures throughout. It just takes, and I'd rather no picture be used at all versus what I'm seeing. So looking through it backwards, page 35, install noise abatement, and this is for Cochran Elementary. And then, we take and jump back, and we see same thing, West End, exact same picture. We jump back further, and we have second district, same wording, but it is a different picture. And then we jump on back, and we got first district, and we got the exact same picture, same wording. But what bothered me most is Neeson Hill Elementary School, it does not say it. And at the building tours, that was the building the only place that we had complaints about the noise levels. And you and I looked, and they had some carpet things on the wall, and we suggested maybe the district buy the actual sound pads, and then if the PTO wanted to make them decorative, then they could pay the difference or whatever. But yeah, out of the whole thing, the only one that I know of where there was an actual complaint does not have anything about the sound stuff in there. Like I said, I know this is not comprehensive or anything like that, but yeah, I would rather them not put pictures in than throw the exact same pictures in, because that really throws a red flag for me. And then we discussed the lighting issue. Most people don't realize LED lights, they actually flicker on and off so fast that your eyes can't see it. Look in your backup camera at a lot of signs and everything, you'll actually see the flicker, maybe the headlights behind you. And so one of the things, and Kevin looked into a little bit more, as long as we make sure that we are meeting a certain specification of lights, then, you know, that is a non-issue, but lower level lights, cheaper quality lights could be a health issue, so.
On that subject right there, the LED lights in schools, we just refitted our fire station with that. What happens is it interfered with all of our portable radios and our clicker to open and closing garage doors. So be very careful on what LED lights get specified, and they're not putting low frequencies out. They do cause issues, so let's keep that aware.
That's a good thing. So, Rick, I mean, I will say, Ron had texted me some questions. I did reach out to Josh, and he mentioned that maybe before they get in too deep into the bidding aspects, that he'd come and meet with you, Ron, Dr. Gowden. Austin will maybe not be around at that point, and look at what we're bidding and making sure that we're not doing these low voltage things, and it's going to cause more harmful things than just leaving the lights we got. So.
And then the only other question, I tried to look up the univents that they specified, and it came up with a heat pump, which would not make sense if we're putting individual heat pumps in, that we need to upgrade boilers. So I guess, you know, again, whenever they take and do the comprehensive, you know, spec out, maybe show us what they're actually planning, you know, whether, you know, 3 or 4 pipe systems, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other board members?
I would like to personally thank Austin for his service to our country, and I appreciate you and your talents that you give to us and your dedication to the school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I believe we have Natalie Stearns who's going to speak.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here tonight to ask the board again for your approval. I'm interested in taking a couple groups of students to Europe. This will be my 8th trip coming up, and I'm here to answer some questions you have, so I can seek approval. Usually my approval process is twofold. So I can answer some preliminary questions, but as far as how many students I might be taking or anything like that, I don't know, because I really haven't told the students I'm going, because I don't have approval by the board. So it's kind of like, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I wouldn't tell them I'm going because I don't have board approval as of yet. I have traveled 5 different times with the well-established group called ACIS, and that company has been around for 40 years, and they have a set itinerary that we follow, and we have a personalized tour guide that picks us up at the airport, and we're provided with transportation throughout, from the minute we arrive at the airport until they drop us off. We stay in 3 to 4 star hotels in very centrally located areas in Europe, or basically wherever we would go, but I've only taken the students to Europe. I'm not exactly sure what else it is that you want me to offer you informationally. When we room, the students choose their roommates that they would like to room with. Usually they can room up to 3 people in a room, but last time when we went, I went in June, the students only stayed in rooms of 2. The chaperone situation is usually 1 adult to 6 students. So that's the established number that I usually go with. Last time I took There were 23 people with me, so that was including myself. There were 16 students and 7 adults, both men and women we traveled with, so it was almost, I think there were 4 men and 3 women, including myself. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to sit and count how many male students and female students, but of course there were less male students than female students, but I think that's just how it shakes out in the end sometimes with the French students. The trip will be open, so my anticipated travel date would probably be 2027. I'm interested in traveling. I had the art teacher come to me, and he is really interested in taking a tour of some art museums and taking students to see real art. And so his itinerary, he mentioned it was Paris, and I said, well, I haven't been to Spain in a while, and the Prado is amazing. I've been there, and so we talked about Paris and Madrid. And I said I didn't think it would be fair if we couldn't go to Barcelona because of the Gaudi architecture. So we thought those 3 cities would be phenomenal. So that would be about a 9-day trip that we were thinking of. So that's our first itinerary, and that would probably be a smaller trip, about 20 people, is our hope. The other trip that I'm hoping to plan is farther out in 2028. That's a trip that I'm hoping to do. There's a delegation of Meadville people going in May of 2028 around the Memorial Day weekend time. However, we definitely can't coordinate that because I'm the senior class advisor and I'll be putting on graduation, so that's not going to work. But in the summer after that, we would love to go to FEME and take a delegation of Meadville students and people from the area as well. This does not have to be French students. The first trip can be Spanish students as well, or anyone who's interested in art. And the second trip, I'm really interested in taking students, anyone who's interested in war history. So this could be history students, anyone who's interested in the Second World War. It's going to be, I'm between 2 itineraries, and I carefully pore over the history of these and the minutia of these trips. So I'm between a couple. It may include London, the Churchill War Rooms, etc., which I've been to all of these places before, but I really just want to hone in on what the students would experience. We're going to definitely do Normandy. I don't ever do a trip in Paris without doing Normandy. That would not the art trip, but then we would do Paris, the Ardennes forest, which I think would be incredible. Then we'll go down into FEME and finish up in Germany, which I have never been to Germany. The big holdup for me is whether to do Berlin or Munich, and I don't have an expert. So I'm gonna talk to Mrs. Dunkel, who was our former German teacher, and perhaps Mr. Hardick, who's taken many, many trips. I also have a form. If you're interested, I have a safety guide and a couple guides from ACIS that I printed for you if you'd like to see them. When we're in the hotels, I run the students' legs off. They're crying for their beds. So we go from morning until evening, and they have about a 10 o'clock, we have a 10 o'clock curfew. So we go to bed at 10 o'clock, and there is always security at the hotels, meaning that there are cameras and the desk is staffed by a person 24 hours a day. Let's see, I have some more notes. So monitoring the students, the rooming situations, I have spoken to the parents at length. They know that 2025 security is absolutely non-negotiable, that they cannot and will not leave their room, and they do not. It's absolutely dangerous. So gone are the years that they think it's silly to like sneak out of their rooms. And so they know that they're being monitored, and they know that they're being watched by the cameras, and they have their locations on, and I have their cell phone numbers, and they have my cell phone number. And so we're really, really careful, and that's just about all I have to say, but I'd love to answer any questions that you have.
You've mentioned summertime, so this is not a trip during...
Absolutely not. We can't miss school, no. I've never taken students during the school year.
I say she gets her itineraries together, works with you, and get it to us so that 2027 is going to be here before you know it. And you can get your word out to you, see who's going to go. So we can get this back by, what, January, the latest? To do January, February, to do approval for 2027?
She won't know who's going.
No, but I mean, we have, I guess, authorize her
Could
to,
we do like a?
Can I do a preliminary authorization
Yeah.
so I can,
Is that
that's really
how it
all I'm
works?
asking
Yeah.
for. I always do a second letter to the board once I've gotten, like, because I can't really have a trip go unless I have enough participants. So a preliminary authorization, I can ask for preliminary authorization. If that's okay with you.
yeah, get that together, get it to Dr. Gelden, and she'll get it on the agenda, and get your wheels turning.
Theme is a very, very good idea for a trip. I don't know if everybody here knows about theme. If you don't, you should research it. It has a lot tied back to Meadville.
Yeah, it's our sister city in France.
Yeah.
So we had a regiment in World War I that saved their city. So we have a very, very close relationship with them. I'd love to take someone along on our trip if anybody's interested. It would be a really amazing. We have so much fun, and by fun I mean it's just like. It's an unforgettable experience, and I love experiencing the trip through my students' eyes. Like, I've been to these places 100 times. Like, I don't go for me. I was getting a pedicure after I got home. I was exhausted, and I just needed a little bit of downtime, and somebody said, "Oh, wouldn't it be so fun to go to Europe?" And I thought, do you understand what I just did for 10 days? Like, do you understand? I don't even breathe until I land, and then I cry every time. And the parents are like a little scared for me because I'm like, I don't breathe until your babies are home in your arms. And the kids know how serious I am. Like, I don't even joke. So I don't mess around. And they know that. But I love them very much, so it's kind of like half and half. We have fun. But when the kids see the Eiffel Tower for the first time, and they like, did you see this? I'm like, yes, I'm watching you see it for the first time, and I've got chills. So, it's pretty magical, and I include everyone. So like last time I took Mrs. Paris, the French teacher from Cochranton can't go. She has some medical issues, and last time we went, which was pre-COVID and before, she had a medical complication from flying. So she can no longer travel with us, and it breaks my heart because she had to send her children with me, and I said, don't worry, I'll take care of them, they'll be fine. We had both schools together, so it was like Crawford Central goes to France, and we had so much fun. And at first they were like, we don't know, we don't trust you. Are you as cool as Mrs. Paris? And I said, yeah, of course I'm cooler, this is great. We'll have so much fun. But they did, and we all got along, and my students knew their students from playing sports together and all of that stuff, and we had a great time. So all are welcome, and we do have a lot of fun and a lot of learning. And we made macarons in a real bakery, like cooked them from scratch. So we have these unforgettable cultural experiences as well that are unforgettable. So we're gonna paint by the Seine on our art trip. I'm arranging it, so it's gonna be magical. Yes, I'm sorry, you had a question.
Yeah, you answered one of them. It's open to both schools, right? Cochrane and Meadville, Crawford.
1,000%, yes. Both languages, whomever wants to come, it's always open, yes. I would never exclude a student ever.
Great, that's
Yes.
good to hear. The other thing was, I'd like to see, I don't know if those documents have the safety standards, like you said, they go to bed at 10, there's X amount of chaperones and stuff like that. Is that all documented, that where we can have it at the board level and see what your safety protocols are?
Yeah, I have the safety handbook here. If
Okay.
you'd like a copy of it.
That's good, I don't need one. but
Sure,
I
I
just
can
want to
pass
make
this
sure
down.
all that's in place, that's all.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely documented. If you'd like me to pass these out, I can pass these down. I brought some with me. I have 15. I don't know if that's enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if this would be necessary, but maybe in the preliminary approval, it could say something along the lines of regardless of the number of students, we would try to work towards a ratio of 1 adult per 6 students, like you had mentioned.
Right.
Just so.
Well,
we can
I
have
don't
a-
go unless I have that. So,
Right,
yeah,
so just so
okay, I can do
in
that.
the pre-approval.
I also have a school-sponsored, and I guess I could get you to look at this, but I do have a letter here that was approved by, it's many, many years old, but it was approved by our board solicitor, and I've used it, Mr. Hardick used it. So he was the German teacher.
Wow, was it extras?
What is the average cost per student?
So it depends on what we're doing, but last year's trip was over 5,000. It was about 5,000. But you can't even fly to Europe in the summer for 2,000. And the 3 to 4 star hotels, those are expensive, but absolutely everything that they do, other than lunch, is paid for. Absolutely everything. So they have to pay for nothing except souvenirs and lunch.
And they do fundraising for this trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember selling the fruit to school myself, so.
They surely do.
That one happens.
Yeah. I'm seeing, this is, I'm gonna pass this down too. This is another. So I have that just, this is a letter though that was drafted that is it's just like a short letter that the parents sign that just like excludes Crawford Central from any liability. It's really short, but I collect one and then I like, the day before we left, I was like, Katis, in the event that anything goes catastrophically wrong, in my top right-hand desk drawer are all the forms. And she was like, thank you. I can't, and I was like, okay, bye, because I can't tell my husband that. Like, he's a teacher at Crawford Central as well, and I'm not gonna like tell him that nothing went wrong. But I just hit and get with that little.
If it's been that long, yeah, I mean, why don't you send it through the channels and I can.
Okay, I can email. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's just real short and sweet. And I always just like put my name in it. I just change the name in it every year and put the dates of the trip. So I just sort of, it's typed up. It's real little. So that form does exist as like an overarching on top of form that I've always done. And that's only because Mr. Hardick did it. My first trip was in 2005 and he was like, here, this has to go out to all your people. And I was like, yes, so I've done that ever since as well.
Just one more question. I know everyone wants to get out of here. What is the age group for this? Is it high school?
Yes, it's high school, and I always like, parents are allowed to go. Like I've taken grandmas, I've taken parents, I've taken aunts. Anybody can go, but I usually don't take any 9th graders. Like it's usually
So
10th,
10th.
11th, and 12th. You can't be an 8th grader coming into 9th or a 9th grader
Going into 10th.
going into 10th. Because those kids were 8th graders going into 9th when I started.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like when they hear about the trip, they can be in 9th grade, but by the time they've gotten older, do you know what I mean? So like when I sell the trip, it's like, okay, you're in 9th grade now, but by the time it's 2027, you'll be older. And so like, that's how I get them. They're in 9th grade now, but by the time you're old enough, you're going on the trip, you'll be much older and more mature. So they decide now and then, yeah, because they can't be like, I won't sell it to a 7th grader that in 2027 you'll be in 9th grade. No. So they're a little bit 10th, 11th, and 12th. And like, they will have graduated. Like some of the kids just graduated and then went on the trip. So yeah, they're a little older and much more mature.
Okay.
Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you.
Okay. I just have one thing I have to do, because the kids are gonna watch the video tomorrow at school, and I told them I would do this. This is for the kids at Crawford. Let's just 6-7 that, okay? We're gonna 6-7 that. 6-7 that. The big talk, 6-7. I know some teachers down there are banning it in their classrooms, but exactly what does it mean? Mr. Crowley, you can do a whole newspaper article on it, and you'll find it has no meaning whatsoever. So, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.